Hey, what is happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. I'm recording this review on the day that the Dawn Maniére Jordan 5s dropped on the sneakers app. I was able to get my pair from the raffle on the Maniére website, and I want to get into them with y'all. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Maniére Jordan 5s in the Dawn colorway. So Maniére and James Whitner have been in the news a good bit lately. I don't know a whole lot about it. Apparently there's been some money laundering and shoes being backdoored to China, that sort of thing. I saw some people saying that, oh, these shoes are going to be really valuable now because it's going to be Maniére's last collaboration with the Jordan brand. And I think people are jumping to conclusions a little bit. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not saying anything like that. But I highly doubt that this will be the last Maniére collaboration with the Jordan brand. Really, ever since the 3s came out, Maniére has been one of the most hyped collaborations with the Jordan brand, and I don't see that coming to an end anytime soon. But getting into the review, we got a plain blue box for this pair. I think that the dusk colorway, which is a darker colorway, came in a burgundy colored box, but a lot like we saw with the airships, it's got those A's all over it. You can also see little droplets of water. It's snowing here. This is the first time I've done a review yet this year that I actually feel like it's wintertime outside. If you're familiar with the channel, you know I love doing all my reviews outside so that you can get a good look in natural light. Rain or shine, cold or warm, I always try to do them outside, so I'm gonna keep on doing my thing. But anyhow, we got this plain blue box. It's got those A's all over it. We got an alarm going off, so that must mean this is a banger. But the tag reads, Women's Air Jordan 5 Retro SP. The colors are Photon Dust and Black. This is women's sizing, so I went with a size 12, which equates to a men's size 10.5. I did have several people asking me in the comments of a short whether or not men can wear this pair. And although they do women's sizing, it's extended sizing. So I think these go up to like a men's size 14 or 15, something like that. And I don't know how many women have feet that big. So yes, my answer with all these Maniére releases, and even just Jordans in general, whenever it says it's a women's release, a lot of times that stinks for people that have big feet, because that means if they're higher than a size 10.5 in men's, then they can't get them. But for these releases, they have extended sizing, and there's nothing about this that is like feminine or that fits more like a women's shoe should or anything like that. I don't know why they make them women's sizing and why they make some men's sizing, but this one, just know if you're getting your men's size, go 1.5 sizes up from whatever the women's size is labeled as. Under the lid, we've got a little bit of Maniére branding, and then we've also got a whole bunch of those A's on that paper as well. All right, so enough of that box talk. Let's get to the kicks before I freeze out here. I think these things are beautiful. I think the materials are really good. They have a lot of real cool details, like having the A's for the netting on the side there, as well as on the base of the tongue. You've got Maniére branding on the left tongue of the shoe, and on the bottom of the right shoe, we also see some more Maniére branding. Another detail that really flies under the radar is that this sock liner has a texture to it, and if you look closely, that's nothing but those Maniére A's as well, and I think that's really cool. But as I mentioned before, this is the Dawn colorway. There was also a Dusk colorway. This Dawn colorway obviously is the lighter color, and then the Dusk colorway is more of a black color. Pictures of these really made them look like they were white, but I do have a white 5 just to show you in comparison. So I feel like online it's been hard to really get a good gauge of what color these actually are. This is a white Jordan 5, and here's the Maniére compared to it, so you can definitely see This Maniére really does have a gray color whenever you look at a bright white shoe like this alternate Bel Air 5 from a couple years ago. This is what the netting typically looks like on Jordan 5s. And again, here's all those little A's that we see for the netting on the Manières. One other difference that I figure is worth pointing out, typically the 5s have that padding up by the collar that kind of sticks out, just looks like little pods. And much like the DJ Khaled 5s from last year, this 5 is much more streamlined, and I really like that. I think this looks phenomenal with that nice sleek design up by the collar. The Maniére 5s came with gray laces to match that upper already in the shoe, but they also threw in spares of a cream color as well as a spare set of bright white laces. I'll probably just keep the laces that it came with in there. I think they look good. We have a standard Jordan 5 tread pattern. It's got a lot of herringbone there at the forefoot, and then at the heel, I heard a lot of people complaining about the aged yellow effect. For me, I like that, and we see that aged looking rubber on the outsole as well as on the netting on the side and on the tongue. But I kind of like that detail. I know some people aren't feeling it, and I mean, different strokes for different folks. I can't blame anybody for not liking it, but personally, I think it looks pretty cool. It's got Nike branding there at the midfoot in black, and then as I noted earlier, the right shoe has Maniére branding on the outsole, and the left shoe has a Jumpman there under the forefoot. As we come up to the midsole, we have areas of black painted foam, and then we have this navy accent for the teeth here, and I think these colors go together really well. And overall, I think the shoe was done really well. The materials are great, and there's no real QC issues. Here we can see that visible air unit surrounded by that black foam. Coming up from that midsole, this material seems very premium. It's a light gray colored nubuck. In some areas you can see tiny little ripples. It seems like it's a pretty natural material, and I just think that it's beautiful. It really does have a high-end feel, and to look at it, it looks like it's noticeable quality, and I always like getting that. We're kind of used to that whenever we're getting Maniére collaborations. You can get an idea of how thick this material is, but you can also see that it's a really natural material just by the edge here. All the stitching matches that light gray color, and then we have accents embroidered in like this 23 here, and that's navy, but it's kind of got like a black colored shadow effect to it, and I like that. And then on the back we've got Nike Air branding embroidered in, and that's really cool because it sticks out really far from the back, but it really has a premium look and feel even just with that embroidered accent on there. Like I already mentioned, we have those Maniére A's for the netting on the side panels as well as at the base of the tongue. One difference that I didn't point out yet on this and regular Jordan 5s, typically they have plastic accents here at the eyelets, but on this pair it's a really premium feeling leather in that same gray color that we have for the nubuck of the upper. I really like these leather accents. I think that's another high-end touch. And just for reference, here's the plastic eyelets like we're used to getting, and then this one has the matching gray leather eyelets. Like most Jordan 5s, we got the reflective accents there at the top of the tongue, and like I noted, one has an Maniére A, the right shoe has a Jumpman on it. They continued that aged effect for these pacifiers or the lace locks, whatever you want to call them. I typically take off this bulky piece and just leave the little button piece on there. Like I noted before, the sock liner has a lot of those little A's on there. On the back of the tongue on the left shoe, it's got Maniére branding. And on the back of the tongue of the right shoe, it's got Michael Jordan's autograph. And it looks like our sock liner is more of that navy blue color, and it's got white Nike Air branding embroidered on it. I put up a poll on my channel and asked people which color they preferred. I think last I checked I had like 2,100 votes. The dawn pair and the dusk pair were both tied. It was dead even. I think they both had 38%, and then I had an option for neither, and that made up the rest of the choices. I found that really interesting that people were split right down the middle for over 2,000 votes. I think that the black pair is much more limited, and I heard that the black pair isn't going to be dropping on sneakers. I don't know if that's official or if people are just thinking that, but if the black pair is that much more rare, then I could see that one becoming the favorite to most people, just because typically things that are more rare end up getting more hyped. Personally, whenever I first saw images of these, I really wanted this Dawn pair, so I'm very glad to have them in the collection. I will be doing a review of the Dusk pair, and maybe I'll even compare them whenever I do that review, but those haven't been delivered yet, and it'll probably be a while before they get here. But let me know what you all think about these. Let me know if you grabbed any of these pairs, and I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.